The soft morning light filtered through the trees as the disciples gathered around Buddha under the ancient banyan tree. Anand sat close, his curiosity brimming, eager to understand the significance of silence in their spiritual practice and everyday lives. Buddha looked at his disciples, his gaze serene, his presence radiating calm that settled their restless minds into quietude. Silence is a profound teacher, Buddha began, his voice gentle yet firm, resonating like a ripple spreading across a still pond. How can I find clarity? Buddha's gaze rested on Sudatta, his expression calm, emanating wisdom as vast and unending as the ocean's depth. Sudatta, Buddha spoke gently, the mind is like a pond. Upon entering this village, I chose to remain silent, Buddha said, his eyes reflecting the memory of that pivotal moment. Anand furrowed his brows in confusion, questioning inwardly how silence could serve as a solution to such pervasive discord and chaos. When the mind is restless, Buddha continued, it is difficult to perceive the reality that lies beneath its murky surface. Sudatta listened intently, his hands folded in reverence. As the other disciples leaned closer to absorb every word spoken, to achieve right concentration, Buddha explained, one must still the ripples, allowing the mind to mirror the truth clearly. A soft breeze rustled the leaves, carrying Buddha's words like seeds that sought fertile soil within each disciple's heart. As they reflected, Buddha continued, their disputes softened, replaced by understanding, empathy, and the willingness to listen without judgment. Words often veil the truth, Buddha said, but silence reveals it, offering clarity that emerges from the depth of stillness. Anand raised his hand, his curiosity unrestrained, his eagerness compelling him to seek further understanding of this mysterious teaching. Master, how can we, too, cultivate silence amidst the noise that permeates our lives and disturbs our thoughts? Anand asked. Master, Sudatta asked, when distractions arise, how should one confront them without becoming entangled in their web of illusions? Buddha smiled, his compassion radiating like the moonlight illuminating the grove in its embrace of profound peace. Observe distractions as clouds, Buddha replied, passing through the vast sky of your awareness. Let your breath anchor your mind, drawing you into the stillness within yourself. Anand focused on his breathing, attempting to embrace the silence and unlock the secrets concealed in its quiet depths. Silence is not just the absence of words, Buddha continued, but the cultivation of presence and mindfulness in each moment. The disciples listened intently, their hearts attuned to the wisdom carried in the rhythm of Buddha's measured and serene words. Buddha gestured toward the banyan tree, its roots sprawling deep, its branches reaching high, embodying stability and growth. Observe the banyan tree, Buddha said, its roots buried in silence, yet its branches sway gracefully in the breeze of life. The disciples turned their attention to the tree, its towering presence reflecting the balance between silence and the movement of life. The tree teaches us resilience, Buddha explained. Its silence nurtures strength, allowing it to weather storms and thrive undisturbed. Anand imagined himself as the banyan tree, aspiring to cultivate the silence that nurtures wisdom and the presence that fosters peace. Through practice, he said, the mind becomes steady, illuminating the path like the unwavering flame guiding wanderers in darkness. The disciples began practicing as instructed, their breaths syncing with the rhythm of the earth and the cosmos beyond. Anand nodded slowly, his heart opening to the truth that silence held within its boundless and transformative. Embrace. By embracing silence, you create space, Buddha said. Space to listen, to understand, and to connect with the core of existence. The novice bowed deeply, trembling slightly as he addressed Buddha, his voice wavering with the weight of his confusion. Master, the novice began, I fear my shortcomings. and doubt clouds my mind. How can I overcome these inner obstacles? Buddha's expression softened, his voice a balm that soothed the novice's soul, trembling like a fragile leaf in the wind. Doubt, Buddha said, is but another ripple in the pond, obscuring the reflection of truth that lies beneath. Do not fear your imperfections, Buddha added, but observe them with compassion, as a gardener tends to a struggling sapling. The novice's eyes filled with tears, gratitude flowing like an unseen river. As Buddha's words planted hope within his heart, the disciples bowed in gratitude, their hearts filled with the light of understanding. Ready to embrace the silence Buddha had shared, their meditation deepened, and they sensed the subtle yet powerful transformation that silence could impart upon their thoughts and lives. Buddha stood, his silhouette framed against the morning sun, radiating the timeless wisdom of silence and its unspoken truths. Anand and the disciples walked away, their minds immersed in contemplation, grateful for Buddha's teaching and its enduring resonance. Another day, the sun rose slowly, casting its golden light upon the monastery, where disciples gathered for Buddha's teachings. Buddha motioned for his disciples to follow him to a nearby lotus pond, its waters shimmering in serene stillness. The lotus pond lay nestled among lush greenery, its surface adorned with blossoms that swayed gently with the morning breeze. Buddha paused by the water's edge, gesturing for his disciples to sit, their robes brushing softly against the earth beneath them. Observe the lotus, Buddha said, his voice calm, and reflect on its beauty. Rising above the mud with silent grace, Anand gazed at the lotus flowers, their vibrant colors a sharp contrast to the murky water they emerged from silently. Master, what does the lotus teach us about silence and the way we approach our lives? Anand asked curiously. Buddha turned to Anand, his serene expression radiating the patience of a teacher ready to unveil another layer of wisdom. Buddha gestured for his disciples to gather around, observing the man as he drew his bow with impeccable concentration. Look closely, Buddha said softly, his voice a calming presence among the rustling leaves and distant bird calls. Release it to find relief. His analogy resonated deeply, casting a ripple of understanding among the listeners. In silence, Buddha explained, we draw strength from our challenges, transforming adversity into wisdom. Much like the lotus blossoms, the disciples nodded thoughtfully, their minds expanding with each word, like ripples spreading outward from the pond's surface. The mud represents the struggles of life, Buddha said, and silence is the strength that helps us rise above them. Anand reflected on his own struggles, wondering how he could transform them into something beautiful through silence and mindfulness. Buddha gestured toward a lotus, its petals glistening with dewdrops, refracting the sunlight into a spectrum of vibrant colors. Notice how the lotus remains still, Buddha said, even as the water ripples around it, anchored by silent resilience. Like the archer adjusts his stance. Adjust your awareness toward a virtuous object that inspires focus and calm. Do not cling to the distractions that arise, nor resist them. Anand pondered the meaning of engaging with the world silently, seeking clarity in the balance of stillness and participation. The lotus does not resent the mud, Buddha said, for it understands that the mud is essential to its existence. His words ignited a sense of gratitude within Anand, who began to view challenges as necessary for growth and self-discovery. By embracing silence, Buddha said, you learn to accept the imperfections of life and uncover the purity within yourself. Happiness does not depend on conditions, he replied. It arises from understanding and aligning with life's truths. The disciples watched the ripples, their minds contemplating the intricate interplay of silence, movement, and the essence of existence. Anand spoke softly, his voice carrying the weight of curiosity. Master, How do we cultivate silence in a world so loud? Buddha looked at Anand with compassion, his eyes reflecting the understanding of a teacher who knew the struggles of his disciples. Begin by finding moments of stillness, Buddha said. In stillness, listen not to the noise, but to the truth within. Each arrow he releases is akin to the thoughts we generate. When focused, they strike truth. When scattered, they miss. Anand closed his eyes, imagining himself as the lotus, rooted in the mud yet rising toward the light with silent strength. Through silence, we gain perspective, Buddha said. We learn to see the interconnectedness of all things. Much like the lotus, the disciples meditated on these words, their hearts aligning with the truth of silence as a pathway to greater understanding. Silence is not merely for oneself, Buddha continued, but for the world, allowing space for compassion and understanding to grow. Anand opened his eyes, his heart awakening to the idea that silence was an offering, a gift to those around him. Just as the lotus shares its beauty, Buddha said, our silence can inspire others, radiating peace and wisdom beyond words. The disciples looked at one another, their bond strengthened by the shared understanding of silence as a collective, unifying practice. Buddha stood, his presence like the still waters of the pond, reflecting the endless possibilities hidden within silent contemplation. Let the lotus remind you, Buddha said, that silence is the foundation from which all growth, beauty, and truth arise. Anand and the disciples followed Buddha back to the monastery, their hearts filled with the wisdom they had received at the pond. Their footsteps were soft, their minds attuned to the rhythm of silence, their souls enriched by the quiet strength they now embraced. Another day. The morning air carried a gentle chill as the Buddha and his disciples prepared for their alms round. The group walked silently through the village, each step measured, their empty bowls a symbol of humility and gratitude. Villagers greeted them warmly, offering rice, fruits, and vegetables, filling the bowls with nourishment for body and spirit. As they moved through the streets, a distraught man approached, his face etched with worry and his hands trembling. Master, the man said, his voice quivering, I have lost my most valuable possession and am overcome with despair and fear. The Buddha turned to him, his gaze filled with compassion, and listened without interruption, allowing the man to express his sorrow. He turned toward the disciples, his gaze profound and steady. This flame reflects our desires, he said. Without it, my family will surely suffer. The Buddha nodded, his serene expression unchanged, and asked, what do you carry now in your heart and thoughts, my friend? The man hesitated, then said, I carry fear, loss, and anger at my misfortune. Another day. Another teaching illuminated the hearts of Buddha's disciples as they gathered beneath the shaded canopy of Vulture Peak. The golden light of dawn bathed the mountain, casting a serene glow upon the tranquil faces of those seated in devotion. Observe your hands, Buddha said. They hold nothing, yet they possess the potential for anything. A young monk, Megha, asked with reverence, Master, how can we sustain our concentration when worldly distractions constantly pull our minds astray? Buddha regarded Megha with kindness, his response carrying the weight of experience and the lightness of compassion's embrace. Megha, consider the sun, Buddha said, gesturing toward the sky. From emptiness, you can create, discover, and transform your life. The disciples listened intently, their hearts and minds engaged, understanding the profound nature of Buddha's teaching through this simple exchange. Anand stepped forward, seeking clarity, and asked, Master, how can we find peace in emptiness when it feels so overwhelming and consuming? Buddha turned to Anand, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of countless moments spent guiding others through their struggles and doubts. Embrace emptiness not with fear, Buddha said, but with curiosity. In silence and stillness, you will uncover the possibilities within. The man knelt before the Buddha, tears streaming down his face as he began to let go of the anger gripping his heart. Silence creates space, Buddha said. This space allows us to see clearly, to let go of pain, and to grow. Alara, the mind is like a lake. Its surface ripples with distractions, yet its depths remain calm and clear. Begin with mindfulness in small acts. Walking, eating, or speaking, bringing awareness to each moment without judgment or haste. When we release attachment, we gain freedom to embrace what lies ahead. The man stood, his spirit lighter, and bowed deeply to the Buddha, gratitude washing over him like a gentle, cleansing rain. Buddha continued, concentration, cultivated with wisdom, becomes the tool that dismantles delusion and reveals the interconnectedness of all existence. It is not separation from the world but engagement with it through a steady mind that liberates from suffering. Imagine a bird in flight, Buddha said, his hand tracing an arc. Its wings of focus and insight keep it aloft. Life, too, is a vessel, Buddha explained. It holds experiences, challenges, and joys, but its true nature lies in its openness. Anand reflected on this, his heart awakening to the idea that emptiness was not an end but a beginning. Rich with promise, as we walk in silence, Buddha said, we acknowledge the transient nature of all things, finding peace in impermanence and renewal. The disciples resumed their journey, their footsteps soft against the earth, the weight of their bowls balanced by newfound understanding. The man watched them leave, his heart filled with hope, ready to face his challenges with clarity and a sense of purpose. Buddha walked at the front of the group, his presence a reminder of the strength and wisdom cultivated through silence and mindfulness. The disciples continued to reflect on the lesson, their bond with one another strengthened by the shared experience and its profound significance. That evening, as the sun set and the world grew quiet, the disciples meditated on emptiness, their minds serene, their spirits unburdened. Buddha sat among them, his silhouette framed by the fading light, embodying the truth that silence is the path to enlightenment. It illuminates the path to liberation, empowering the mind to perceive the reality of impermanence and embrace the freedom it offers. Let your practice be steady and compassionate, like the sun's rays, touching all without preference or attachment. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.